I walked into the cafe, hoping to surprise Alina. "Hey," I called, smiling before I even saw her. She looked up and grinned. "You always know when I need coffee." "I could say the same about you," I replied, sliding into the seat across from her. "So what's the plan for today?" She laughed softly. "I was thinking we could stroll by the river. Remember last week when you tried to skip rocks and almost fell in?" "I remember," I said, pretending not to grin. "You laughed so hard, I almost drowned from embarrassment." Alina leaned forward, her eyes sparkling. "You're so dramatic," I chuckled. "Maybe, but you love it." She rolled her eyes but smiled. "Maybe." Everything felt normal, like it always did. Until I saw Alex, my stomach dropped before I even processed it. He was leaning too close to Alina, his hand brushing hers. "So, are we still on for tonight?" he whispered, low enough that I almost didn't hear it. Alina laughed lightly. Something in her voice made my chest tighten. "Of course. I'll be there." The words didn't make sense. Alex was my best friend since childhood. He knew about Alina and me. We had plans, dreams, inside jokes, and yet here they were, laughing like they shared some secret I didn't know about Alex. My voice barely made it out. He jumped, turning to face me with a guilty smile. "Hey man, didn't see you there?" I wanted to rip into him, scream, demand an explanation. But I didn't. I just nodded, my throat too tight for words. Alina's smile faltered. "I didn't know you were here, you didn't—" I asked, my voice trembling. She shook her head quickly. "It's nothing, really." I clenched my fists under the table. "Nothing? Was that supposed to make me feel better?" "It didn't look like nothing," I said quietly, my eyes burning into hers. Alina looked down. Alex cleared his throat. "We were just talking. I echoed, my voice rising without me realizing it. "You're laughing like lovers and whispering like you're hiding something from me?" Alex held up his hands. "Hey, calm down. It's not what you think. Not what I think." I laughed bitterly. "Then tell me, Alex, what is it? Enlighten me." Alina finally met my gaze, her eyes wide. "It's complicated," I cut her off. "Complicated? Since when does friendship with my girlfriend require whispering and hand-touching?" Alex swallowed. "I didn't mean to stop," I shouted, standing abruptly. Heads turned. I didn't care. I just wanted to get out. My chest ached, my hands shook. I need air. I bolted out the cafe before they could say anything more. Outside, the wind hit my face, but it didn't clear the storm inside me. Why would they do this? Alina, the woman I trusted with my heart, and Alex, my brother, in all but blood. Betrayal tasted like bile, burning every thought. Every memory of laughter and plans. I leaned against a lamppost, trying to breathe, trying to make sense of it. Maybe I was imagining things. Maybe it wasn't what it looked like. But deep down I knew. I walked away, my hands in my pockets, my mind spinning. I didn't know if I wanted to confront them, scream until I had no voice, or run from the pain entirely. All I knew was that nothing would ever feel the same again. The love I thought was safe had slipped through my fingers, and the world felt unbearably cold. Asterisk, I didn't sleep that night. Every memory of Alina and Alex replayed in my head, like a cruel movie I couldn't turn off. By morning, I knew I had to confront them separately, carefully. Before my anger consumed me, I started with Alina. My voice shook as I knocked on her door. "Alina, we need to talk." She opened the door, hair messy, eyes tired. "I didn't expect to see you so early." I stepped in, closing the door softly. "I saw you with Alex yesterday. Tell me what that was." Her expression flickered surprise, then defensiveness. "It's not what you think. We were just planning a surprise for you." "A surprise?" I asked, disbelief twisting my stomach. "Flirting and whispering like lovers is your idea of a surprise." She hesitated. Maybe I didn't think it through. "I didn't want to hurt you." I laughed bitterly, the sound hollow. "Hurt me." "You already did, Alina. I trusted you." Her eyes filled with tears. I didn't mean to betray you. You didn't mean to? That's supposed to fix this? I ran a hand through my hair. Alex is supposed to be my best friend. And you're supposed to love me? She bit her lip, avoiding my gaze. I do love you. But I didn't see the harm and stop. I shouted, my voice echoing off the walls. Stop with the excuses. I can't even look at you without feeling sick. She flinched. Please, I know. I need space. I can't. I turned and left, my chest tight, my heart pounding like a drum. Later, I found Alex at the park. He was sitting on a bench, pretending to read a book. Hey man, he said, feigning casualness. I dropped onto the seat beside him. Don't hey man me? What were you doing with Alina? He looked startled. It's not what you think. Not what I think. I scoffed. I saw you. Whispering, laughing, touching her hand. Explain that. Alex ran a hand over his face. Maybe I got too close. But I never meant to hurt you. You have to believe me. Believe you? I repeated, voice trembling. Do you know how that feels? To see your best friend betray you like this? To see the woman you love. I'm sorry. Alex blurted. I didn't know it would go this far. I swear I didn't know it would go this far. That's your excuse? I stood, pacing, my fists clenched. I trusted you, Alex. You were like a brother to me. And I messed up. He shouted finally. I admit it. I didn't mean to hurt you, but it happened. I stopped and looked at him, the rage and hurt swirling together. You know, I don't even know if I can forgive you. I don't know if I can look at either of you ever again. He swallowed hard. I'll do whatever it takes to fix this. I'll fix this? I interrupted, my voice cold. You don't get to fix trust. You broke it. I left the park, my legs heavy, my mind numb. Every step felt like walking through fire. I replayed every memory with Alina, every joke with Alex, and the weight of betrayal crushed me. I realized then that nothing would feel the same again. The people I loved most had betrayed me, and I was left alone in a storm of my own heartbreak. I didn't cry. Not yet. I couldn't. I just walked, trying to breathe, trying to make sense of a world where the people closest to me could hurt me so deeply. I had two choices. Forgive and risk being hurt again, or walk away and protect what remained of my heart. I wasn't ready to decide. I couldn't stop thinking about Alex and Alina. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw them together, whispering, laughing, touching hands I thought belonged only to me. I needed answers. I found Alex at his apartment, pretending to work. We need to talk, I said, my voice low but sharp. He looked up, startled. I thought we already talked, man. I said, I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't cut it. I snapped. I need the truth. Right now? Alex leaned back, sighing. Fine. You want the truth? You're going to hate it. I already hate you, I said. He hesitated, then spoke. Alina, she said things about you, things that made me doubt you. I didn't know she'd go this far, but I thought she needed me. I laughed, bitter and hollow. Needed you? She's my girlfriend, Alex. My trust. My heart. And you, my so-called best friend, you let her lie to me? I didn't know. He protested. I swear I didn't. I wanted to help her, okay? Help her. I leaned forward, my fingers gripping the edge of the table. Do you know what it feels like to watch your best friend betray you? To see the person you love smiling at him like you're invisible. Alex looked away. I messed up. You didn't think. I cut him off. Do you know how long I've loved Alina? How I trusted both of you with everything. He swallowed hard. I know. And I'm sorry. I'll fix it. I'll make it right. Make it right. I echoed, my voice shaking. You think you can fix a shattered heart with empty words? I'll do anything. He shouted, just let me prove it. I shook my head. You don't get it, Alex. Nothing you do can bring back what I lost. Not trust. Not love. Not everything. I left his apartment, slamming the door behind me. The streets blurred as I walked, the world spinning with anger and disbelief. I needed to see Alina again, to understand why she had done this. I found her sitting alone in the park, feeding pigeons like nothing had happened. "Alina," I said, my voice trembling, "we need to talk. Now." She looked up, startled. I didn't think you'd come here. Didn't think I'd come?" I echoed, taking a step closer. "You betrayed me. Both of you. And now you're sitting here acting like it's nothing?" "I didn't mean to," she began. "Didn't mean to." I cut her off. "Do you know what it feels like to have your heart crushed by the people you trust most?" Her eyes filled with tears. "I was scared. I didn't want to lose you, but I made a mistake." "You made a mistake?" I laughed bitterly. "You destroyed everything we had. And Alex, he wasn't supposed to be part of it?" "I didn't plan it. I swear." She cried. I shook my head. I can't even look at you right now without feeling sick. I thought love was supposed to protect you from pain, not drown you in it. I'll do anything to fix this." She pleaded. "Anything?" I asked, my voice cold. "You think anything can fix trust when it's shattered? When betrayal lives in every memory?" She stayed silent, tears streaming down her face. I walked away, my heart heavier than ever. Every step felt like dragging a weight across broken glass. The people I loved most had turned against me, and I was left to pick up the pieces. The world felt smaller, darker, crueler. I realized then that nothing would ever be the same. Alina, Alex, my life, my trust, my love, they were gone in a single moment of carelessness. And I had no idea if I could survive the emptiness they left behind. Asterisk, I spent the next few days hiding in my apartment, staring at the walls, replaying every moment with Alina and Alex. My phone buzzed constantly messages. Missed calls, but I didn't respond. I couldn't, not yet. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed my jacket and went to Elena's apartment. My hands shook as I knocked. She opened the door, surprised. "I thought you wouldn't come." "I have to," I said, my voice tight. "We need to end this, or fix it. I don't know which." She stepped aside. "Come in, please." I walked in, eyes scanning the room for signs of betrayal, though the evidence was clear in my heart already. "Alina, why?" Her lips trembled. "I didn't mean... I thought I was protecting you, but I'm protecting me." I laughed bitterly. "From what? From myself, or from Alex?" "What the hell were you thinking? Laughing, whispering, touching him?" Her eyes filled with tears. "I was scared. I didn't want to lose you, and I thought..." "Thought what?" I demanded, pacing the room. "That you could play with my trust like it's a toy? I didn't mean to hurt you." She cried. "I love you. I swear I do." I stopped and looked at her, the rage and heartbreak clashing in my chest. "Love?" I whispered. "You don't know the meaning of the word. Not if you can betray the person who trusted you completely." She reached for my hand. "Please. Listen. I know I messed up, but we can fix this. We can talk. We can know," I shouted, stepping back. I can't even look at you without feeling sick. Every memory, every laugh, every plan we made, it's poisoned now." She sobbed quietly. "Alex, it wasn't supposed to happen. You know what hurts the most?" I asked, voice breaking. "It's that Alex, my brother, my best friend, he's supposed to protect me. And you, my heart, my soul supposedly loved me. And together, you destroyed everything." She dropped her head, silence filling the space between us. I leaned against the wall, trying to breathe. "Do you even understand the weight of betrayal?" "Yes," she whispered. I do. You do." I laughed bitterly. "Then why did it happen?" She didn't answer. Her tears fell silently, and I realized no words could fix this. No apology could undo the damage. I felt something inside me shift: rage, sorrow, and finally, a spark of determination. I wasn't going to let this define me. Not entirely. "I need space," I said, my voice low. "Time to think. Time to figure out who I am without all of this." She nodded silently. "I understand. I'm so sorry." I turned and walked out, the door closing behind me with a hollow echo. Outside, the city moved on, oblivious to my pain. But I couldn't move on yet. Not emotionally, not mentally. I needed answers, clarity, and maybe, someday, forgiveness for them for me. Later, I found Alex sitting alone in a dim corner of our favorite bar. "You're avoiding me," he said flatly. "I needed to," I admitted, lowering myself onto the stool beside him. "I needed to see you clearly, without all the lies clouding my mind." He looked down, ashamed. "I know, I messed up everything." "You did," I said quietly. "And I don't know if I can forgive it, but I can't ignore it either. Something has to change, Alex. Either you change, or I walk away." He nodded slowly. "I'll do whatever it takes. I'll prove it." I stared at him, my mind torn. I wanted to believe him, but trust doesn't rebuild overnight. Not after this. That night I walked home alone, my thoughts heavy. I realized betrayal had a taste, a sting, and a weight I couldn't shake. But it also gave me something I hadn't had before: clarity. I couldn't stay a victim. I couldn't let this break me completely. I had to survive, even if it meant facing the people I loved the most, and losing them in the process. For the first time since seeing them together, I felt a spark, not of hope, not of love, but of strength, and I knew somehow I would use it. I didn't talk to Alina or Alex for weeks. I focused on work, on routines, anything to drown out the chaos in my head. But isolation wasn't healing, it was just delaying the pain. One evening, I ran into Lara at the coffee shop near my apartment. She smiled warmly. "Hey, haven't seen you in a while. Everything okay?" I shrugged. "I've been busy." She tilted her head, studying me. "Busy avoiding someone?" I froze. "Maybe." She laughed softly. "You don't have to talk, you know. But I can tell something's weighing you down." I looked at her, surprised. "You can. I notice things," she said simply. "You carry pain like it's part of you." I swallowed. "It's complicated." "Is it about a girl?" she asked gently. I hesitated, then nodded. "Alina and my best friend, Alex Day, betrayed me." Her eyes softened. "I'm sorry. That sounds awful." "It is," I admitted. "I trusted them. Everything I thought was solid just shattered." She leaned back, thoughtful. "You can't change the past, but you can change how you handle it now." Her words hit me harder than I expected. "Change? How?" "By taking control of your life," she said. "Focus on yourself, on what matters to you. Don't let them define your happiness." I nodded slowly. "I want to, but it's hard. Every time I think I'm moving on, I remember them laughing together, whispering secrets, holding hands." She put a hand on mine. "Memories hurt because they mattered, but they don't have to chain you forever." Her words stayed with me as I left. I started small, going to the gym, finishing projects at work, reconnecting with people I had neglected. Every step felt heavy, but lighter than the day before. One night I ran into Alex at the office. He tried to speak. "Hey, I wanted to apologize again. "It's too late for apologies, Alex. What you did, it can't be undone." "I know," he said quietly. I hope one day you can forgive me." "Forgive?" I echoed. "I don't know if I can. But I can move on without letting this destroy me." He nodded, eyes full of regret. "I understand." Walking out of the building, I realized something had shifted. The anger wasn't gone, but it wasn't controlling me either. I was taking back my life. Then Lara appeared again. "You look different," she said, smiling. "Stronger." "I feel different," I admitted. "I'm tired of letting them control my emotions." "Good," she said, nudging me playfully. "Because life's too short to stay stuck in betrayal." We talked for hours that night, about work, dreams, and nothing at all. I found myself laughing again, a real laugh that didn't hide pain. Over the next weeks, I noticed changes. Alex started losing control, rumors at work, mistakes piling up. Alina posted pictures online, smiling like nothing happened, but subtle slips made it clear her life was unraveling too. Karma, I thought, quietly watching the pieces fall. I didn't feel satisfaction exactly. Just relief. Relief that I wasn't broken. Relief that they were facing consequences without my interference. Lara became a quiet presence in my life, not rushing me, not pushing for more than I could handle. She reminded me that healing wasn't linear, that trust and love could exist again, carefully, cautiously, but still possible. One evening, when we walked by the river, she smiled. "You're different now." "I can see it." I nodded. "I feel different. Stronger, I think. More. Me." She nudged my shoulder. "Good. Hold on to that." I looked at the water, the lights reflecting like scattered pieces of my life. I'd been broken, betrayed, and abandoned emotionally. But now, I was rising. Ashes don't last forever, and for the first time in months, I allowed myself to hope. Asterisk, I hadn't planned on checking in on Alex or Alina, but curiosity gnawed at me. I wanted to see what became of them without my interference. I spotted Alex at a cafe, scowling at his phone. "You look miserable," I said, sliding into the seat across from him. He glared. "Don't you dare say a word about how I feel." "Just observing," I said, leaning back. "Seems like life's giving you a taste of what betrayal feels like." "Life's cruel," he muttered. "I never expected it to hit me like this." "You should have thought about that before betraying me," I said quietly. "Actions have consequences, Alex. You know that now." He looked down, ashamed. "I do. I messed up everything." "You did," I said, voice firm. "And the truth is, it hurts me less to see you struggle than to realize you hurt me intentionally." "I wish I could fix it," he admitted. "You can't," I said simply. "Some things can't be fixed. You have to live with them." Later, I heard about Alina from mutual friends. Her career had stalled, social invitations dwindled. She smiled online, pretending everything was perfect, but subtle slips showed cracks. Karma had a quiet way of speaking, I realized, and it wasn't loud, it was persistent. One evening she called me. I just wanted to say, I'm sorry." I laughed bitterly. "Sorry doesn't erase months of betrayal, Alina."
I know.
She whispered. I lost everything I had with you. I know that. I just wanted you to know I regret it." I stared at the phone, my fingers tight around it. "Regret? You think regret repairs a broken heart?" I don't expect forgiveness," she said. "I just had to say it. Before it's too late." I closed my eyes, breathing slowly. "It's too late," I said quietly. "And it's always going to be too late." After the call, I realized something important. I wasn't seeking revenge actively. I didn't need to. Their own choices were dismantling their lives naturally. Watching it unfold without involvement felt satisfying in a quiet, steady way. A week later, Alex showed up at my apartment, desperate. "Please, I need to explain," he said. "I've lost everything because of what I did. My friends, my work. It's all collapsing." I looked at him, expression calm. "And you feel that's fair?" "It's not fair. But I can't deny it's happening," he admitted. "Good," I said simply. "Good that you see the consequences. I hope it teaches you something about trust." He nodded silently, defeated. I didn't have to say more. The universe was delivering the lesson I couldn't slowly, painfully, and justly. Later, I met Lara at the park. "You've changed," she said, smiling. "You're calmer, more grounded." "I am," I admitted. "I've learned that sometimes karma does the work for you. You don't need to seek revenge. It comes naturally when people face the results of their actions." She nodded. "And it doesn't mean you're cruel. It means you survived." "Exactly," I said, looking around. The wind blew softly, carrying the sounds of life around me. I survived betrayal. I survived heartbreak. And I'm still standing. "Better than standing," she said. "You're thriving." I laughed softly, feeling the truth of it. Maybe. I still feel the sting sometimes, but it doesn't control me anymore. I choose who I let into my life now. I choose what matters." She smiled, quiet and supportive. And that's all anyone can do. That night I walked home, the city lights reflecting like shards of memory. I didn't feel the need for revenge anymore. Watching their lives unravel naturally, seeing the consequences of their own actions, it was enough. I realized that true power isn't in retaliation. It's in surviving betrayal, growing from it, and refusing to let it define who you are. And for the first time in months, I felt a strange calm. Karma had spoken, softly but clearly, and I was free. I woke up that morning feeling different, lighter, somehow. The anger and heartbreak were still there, like shadows, but they weren't controlling me anymore. I decided to see Lara. She smiled when she saw me. "You're early." "I couldn't sleep," I admitted, sitting across from her. "Too much thinking. But I realized I'm tired of letting the past run my life." "That's good," she said gently. "It's a big step deciding to move forward." "I'm ready," I said, unsure but determined. Ready to stop letting betrayal define me, ready to trust myself again. She reached out, brushing a strand of hair from my face. "You've grown so much. I see it. You're stronger than you realize." "Oh, I feel stronger," I admitted, "but it's scary. Moving forward means leaving things behind, people, memories, even love that wasn't real." "Scary, yes," she said softly, "but necessary. You can't heal by clinging to what hurt you." I nodded, taking in her words. "I've been thinking a lot about Alina and Alex, about everything, and I think I finally understand. I can't change them. I can't change what they did. I can only control how I respond. And you're choosing to respond by living your life," she said, smiling. "Yes," I said firmly. "I've rebuilt routines, focused on work, started caring for myself, and I don't want to look back. Not if it drags me down." She laughed softly. "You sound like a wiser, calmer version of yourself. I like it." "Thanks," I said, smiling. For the first time in months, the smile felt genuine. I want something real, something that doesn't come with heartbreak. She looked at me, her eyes soft. Maybe that's possible. I nodded slowly, thinking about the spark of something new, something healthy. Maybe with her, or maybe with someone else someday, but not with people who had already betrayed me. Later, I ran into Alex at the office. He looked defeated, tired. "Hey," he said quietly. "Hey," I replied. "You're learning the hard way, huh?" He nodded. "I am. I've lost so much. I don't even know if I'll recover." "You have to," I said firmly. "Everyone has to face consequences. You're learning the weight of your choices. I hope it changes you." "I hope so," he admitted. "Wish I could take it back." "You can't," I said. "But you can move forward. Just like me. And maybe someday you'll understand why I had to walk away." He didn't respond, just nodded, his eyes downcast. I realized that was all I needed. Closure didn't require confrontation. Sometimes it only required acceptance. Walking home that evening, I noticed how different the city felt. The lights seemed warmer, the streets less heavy. Life wasn't perfect, but it was mine again. I met Lara at the park. "You're glowing," she said playfully. "Seriously, what's your secret?" "Life," I said with a laugh. "I've stopped letting the past dictate my present." She nodded. "Good, because there's so much ahead for you." I smiled. "And I'm ready for it. I can't control everything, but I can control me. I can choose who to let in, what to value, how to love." Again, she reached for my hand. "And you will. Carefully, but fully." I hope so," I said softly. "I've learned that love is powerful, but trust is sacred, and I won't give it away recklessly again." We walked in silence for a while, just enjoying the moment, the quiet, the life around us. I felt free. Later, I revisited some of the places tied to Alina and Alex. The cafe, the park, the riverbank. Each spot held memories, some painful, some beautiful. But this time, I didn't feel the sting. I felt perspective, growth, strength. I even wrote a letter to Alina. Words I would never send, telling her everything I wanted to say: anger, disappointment, heartbreak, but also forgiveness. In the sense that I was letting go, the wind carried the words away before anyone could read them, and I didn't mind. The act was enough. That night, as I walked home, Lara beside me, I felt a sense of calm I hadn't known in months. Betrayal had taken much from me, but it hadn't broken me. I was stronger, wiser, and ready to live, for the first time. I truly believed that love could exist against Afe, real and healthy. And maybe, just maybe, I could find it with someone who deserved my trust, someone like her. The past no longer controlled me. The future was mine, and I was ready. Asterisk, I walked past the cafe where everything had started, feeling a strange calm. The memories of Alina and Alex were there, but they didn't burn anymore. I could remember without pain. Lara appeared beside me, smiling. "It's quiet here," she said softly. "Yeah," I replied. "It feels different now. Lighter. You've changed," she said. "You're not the same person who walked out months ago." "I know," I admitted. "I've learned so much. About trust, about betrayal, about myself. I can feel it now, who I am without their shadows in my life." "Right." She nudged my shoulder. "And who's that?" "A man who survived," I said, smiling. "Someone who refuses to be defined by heartbreak or betrayal. Someone who's ready to live again." We walked along the riverbank in silence, the city lights reflecting on the water. The quiet was comforting, a reminder that life kept moving even when it hurt. "I've been meaning to ask," Lara said gently. "Do you ever think about love again?" I paused, looking at the water. "I do, but differently. I know now that love isn't about possession or obsession. It's about trust, respect, and honesty. I've learned what I won't settle for." She smiled softly. "And that's a good thing. It means you're ready when the right person comes along." I nodded. "I think I am. Not the way I was before. I'm not desperate, not naive. I can love fully, but carefully, and I'll protect my heart." "You deserve that," she said quietly. I looked at her, realizing something I hadn't before. Maybe that person could be someone like you," I admitted, my voice low but sincere. She blushed, but her eyes sparkled. "Maybe." For the first time, I felt hope without fear. Pain had taught me lessons I wouldn't trade. Betrayal had shaped me, but it hadn't broken me. I had survived, grown stronger, learned to value myself. I reached into my pocket and held a letter I had written long ago. Words I'd never sent to Alina. I smiled faintly, tearing it into pieces and letting the wind carry it away. The past was gone. I didn't need it anymore. Lara took my hand, warm and steady. "Ready to go?" she asked. I nodded. "Yeah, ready for whatever comes next." We walked away from the riverbank together, the lights reflecting our path, the city alive around us. I didn't feel the weight of betrayal or heartbreak, only freedom. Only the quiet joy of living, surviving, and moving forward. For the first time in months, I felt my heart whole. Broken, maybe, but healed in ways I didn't know were possible, and I knew. Finally, that love could come again, carefully, wisely, and fully.